Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This tutorial is about cropping and straightening of images in Photoshop. By cropping, it means that you cut the image so that it appeals to you better and focuses the attention to the subject you wish to show. Similarly, while a photographer may take every care to shoot a picture perfectly straight, there could be some instances the image might get crossed or crooked, which spoils the beauty of the image. The crop tool can be obtained by tapping the alphabet C. C for crop tool. Makes sense, right? And is depicted by this icon. Let's take this image for example. What is the most disturbing feature of this image? Yeah, the bar from the vehicle, right? We can simply crop this out like so. And to further sweeten this up, we can crop some portions from the top and the bottom so that the eye of the tiger falls on the sweet spot of this golden ratio. I will make a separate video on this golden ratio and how it appeals to the human eye, but that's for another day. So so this is the basic use of crop tool. Let's take another image of a mom and daughter. Now, if you wish to crop only the daughter, instead of cropping it in the method we just saw in the earlier example, we can just click and draw a bounding box around the image and clicking the tick mark to accept the crop. If you happen to click the image again, the earlier image shows up. What's happening here? The option on top, deleted crop pixels, is not selected, and hence Photoshop remembers the whole image, and when you click the next time, it gives the whole picture again for you to recrop it again. Supposing we check the delete crop pixels on, like so, then the crop pixels are deleted from the memory of the Photoshop, and next time when we click, we get only the cropped image for doing any further cropping. Also, you could see that the image is shot slightly angled or crooked, as can be seen from the lines caused by the bricks arrangement. To straighten this, click the image once and move the cursor outside the image, and you will see the cursor changing into a double-headed arrow, like so. Now you can straighten the image by clicking and slightly rotating the image straight. Here, you will also note that the anchor point with that as the center, the image is rotated. Usually, it will be at the center of the image. If you want this to be changed, hover the mouse over the anchor point, and when it turns into a small arrow, click and move. Or alternatively, you can go to the place where you want to have the anchor point, and by holding the Alt key or Options in Mac, click that point and the anchor point moves there. There is a chance that you may not see this anchor point at all. To enable the anchor point to be shown, go to Edit, Preferences, Tools, and at the Options list, enable by ticking the last item which reads Show Reference Point when using transformation. And when you transform the image will rotate with the anchor point as the center. Another tip, till such time you get all your preferences enabled, you will have to go to the Edit Preference and the Options menu there. Instead of clicking the mouse to edit, preference, etc., you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl K or the Command K in Mac, and this readily opens up the Preferences dialog box. From there, you can choose the option that you wish to enable or disable. Back to the subject. Clicking on the options, you will find presets for cropping like ratios, dimensions, resolutions, by which you can crop at a specific ratio of your choice, like width, height, resolution. You can input your values or keep it at the original ratio, that is, the same ratio of your current image, 4 is to 5, 5 is to 7, and so on and so forth. Please note that these are just ratios and does not affect the size of the image that you will be cropping. Let me show you what I mean. Take for example the 5:7 ratio. When you choose this option and click on the image, it shows the 5:7 ratio at the center of the image, and you need to click and drag the image to choose your crop area, although you might expect the crop bounding border to be moved, as you can resize this bounding box to your choice, but the ratio of 5:7 will remain constant. And if you click and drag it above a certain point, the ratio flips to 7:5, like so. The other option, as I see, are pretty much straightforward, giving you the options and you can experiment with them, except for the option front image. This needs some explanation. To use this option, you need to have two images of different dimensions and resolutions. Let's take this mom and daughter image, whose dimensions are approximately 2700 into 1800 pixels at 72 psi resolution. Now you want these dimensions to be applied to another image. Let's take the tiger image, whose size is approximately 6800 into 4500 pixels at 100 psi resolution, as you could see. Now you want to resize the tiger image to have the same dimension as the image of mom and daughter. For this, go to the option front image on the mom and daughter image, and sure enough, the dimensions shows up on the option bar, and click the tick mark. Now Photoshop takes the image size and resolution values in memory, and when you click on the tiger image, these values are reflected above, and when you click the image and then click the check mark, the image size and resolution of the earlier image, that is mom and daughter in this case, are applied to the tiger image. I am pressing Ctrl Alt I, Command Option I on Mac, to get this dialog box to show the new dimensions. This is a photo I took in Kerala, and I was riding a boat when I took this shot, and at the same time the boat tilted a bit, resulting in this crooked image. Now immediately there was no way of getting back the same shot as the boat has moved further. Let's see how we can not only straighten this but also do more than that now. When you choose the crop tool on the bar above, you find the option straighten. When you click on that, the cursor turns into a small plus sign with a ruler or scale beneath it. To straighten the image, you need to click on one end of the crooked horizon and drag a line to the other end, which you think the horizon to be corrected. Another tip, this key can also be achieved without clicking the icon above, but just by pressing and holding the control key or the command key in Mac, even when you are in the crop tool mode itself. Now, Photoshop straightens the image, but notice that straightening comes at an expense of loss of some portion of the image. Whenever you crop, Photoshop makes sure that the bounding box does not go away beyond the canvas to the transparent portion. This problem can be rectified by stretching the bounding box back to the image size boundaries, like so. And now the miracle of Photoshop is about to happen. Click on the check box Content Aware and then click OK on the tick mark, like so. Give Photoshop a few moments to work on the transparent areas to be filled, and now you see that this shot has been beautifully restored, as if I had taken on a steady platform with a tripod on. Of course, this content-aware filling can be done only for generic pictures where the extended pixels are similar to the one near them, and you cannot extend the bounding box with half of a person and expect Photoshop to fill up the other half by itself. As of now, at least it is not possible. One issue with straightening with the option available with the crop tool menu is that when once you click, there is no way of modifying your choice and you need to complete it. If you are not satisfied, you will need to start all over again. There is another method by which this can be overcome. Tap the I key, and if it chooses the eyedropper, click and hold on that and choose the ruler tool, or keep tapping Shift I until you get the ruler tool. You can use this ruler tool to straighten the image, and you have the option to modify or place it accurately, and you can move the line that you have drawn. You click at one end and drag the line to the other end. Now click on either end of the line and you can modify it to your satisfaction, and then click the option straighten. Of course, this comes at the expense of content aware fill. When you use this tool, the image is cropped, and any portion of the image that is lost by this transformation are shown in checkered pattern, which in Photoshop's language means transparent. If you want to fill this with the content aware tool, tap the W key and choose the magic wand tool and select the transparent areas by clicking them like so. And once the selection is over, go to Edit, Fill. There is a keyboard shortcut for this, Shift F5, and choose Options Content Aware from the pull down menu, and then click OK. Even this method is achievable, though it involves number of steps, and sometimes when the selection is not clear, it gives some artifacts like this. That concludes the topic on crop tool. However, before leaving, I wish to show one more feature associated with the crop tool family, that is the perspective tool. This shot was taken at the Grand Mosque, Abu Dhabi. It was so huge that when I took this shot with a wide angle lens, it obviously appeared distorted in perspective look. Let's see how to correct this. For this, choose the perspective crop tool and draw a bounding box around the image. As you could see, nothing has happened to the image. Now click on one corner of this bounding box and drag the point, making the bounding box parallel to the minaret in this image, which I take as the reference point for straightening. And when I click OK or the check mark, sure enough, the image is straightened as if I had shot the image parallel to the mosque. This, of course, comes with some loss of image portions or pixels, but that's life, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and should you have any doubts, please feel free to comment below. As every YouTube channel owner says, let me say that too. Please subscribe and click the bell icon for instant notification if not already done by you. And most importantly, spread the word by sharing the video to someone who would thank you one day. Thank you very much.